Mexican beaches are for Mexicans, not for Americans that want to come and live cheap in Mexico.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. Today we are in nature. So in today's video, this is something that I've talked about before and it's happening in Mexico now. So apparently the president came out and I love that she's a lady, she's a woman. She was like, hey, if you are a foreigner coming into Mexico and you have a place next to the beach, my people are allowed to access the beach because it's public for everybody to access. You're not just going to come with your money and think you're going to chase away my people. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You either abide by the laws or pack your bags and go back to where you came from. But yeah, guys, listen to what is going on. Come back and let me know your thoughts on it.
Mexican beaches are for Mexicans, not for Americans that want to come and live cheap in Mexico. That's what Claudia said in a message to the Americans living in Mexico. This is what Claudia said in a mañanera. She has launched a brand new campaign and she is sending a warning to all the Americans living in Mexico. Take your stupid fences out of the beaches of Mexico. This ain't your beach. The beach belongs to the Mexican people. And that's because Americans go over there and buy a little property and already they think they own the beach. And so they put little fences obstructing the Mexican people from having access to their beach. And Claudia said, no more. She went as far to say, if you don't remove your little fences, I'm sending some heavy equipment to pick all that crap up. She said it in a nicer way. See, the audacity that you're going to go to Mexico, buy property in Mexico, but you don't want Mexicans around you. The reason why Claudia decided to make this project is because she has gotten enough complaints from the community, from the Mexican people, that they cannot access the beaches because these Americans go over there, put their little fences or mark their spaces, and they don't allow anyone else to access the beach. Even if you buy property in Mexico, the beach doesn't belong to you. And she has also instructed Mexican officials to go to the hotels, Airbnbs. She said she's going to go find any hotel that tries to privatize the beaches that belong to the Mexican people. What you need to understand is that this has been an ongoing problem in Mexico. For too long, the Mexican people cannot have access to their own beaches. Well, during this mañanera, Claudia was like, you know what? You want to privatize a beach? Do it in your own country. But the beaches in Mexico belong to the people of Mexico.
Here's my number one rule for Americans traveling outside the country. Don't be an entitled asshole. If you're not familiar with what's going on there, I'll summarize it for you. This article from 2 weeks ago is exactly what I'm talking about. This restaurant, called Gabby's Restaurant in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, has been in business for 35 years. Along with their business and their culture, they frequently have a mariachi band that plays at the restaurant. That is until recently, when an American couple bought a property next door to retire to and decided they didn't like the mariachi music. So they sued the restaurant to shut them down because they were interfering with their peaceful retirement due to the mariachi music that they've had for 35 years. As of 2 weeks ago, this article is reporting that the restaurant is shut down and fighting to stay open. The obvious message is, if you don't like mariachi music, don't buy a property to retire to next to a restaurant that has frequent mariachi bands. No matter what country that you choose to visit, remember that that country is their country and you have to adapt to their culture, not the other way around. I've done some past videos about travel safety and doing your research and knowing what to expect. Well, this is number one ahead of all of that. Know the culture before you go somewhere, especially if you buy a property to retire there. In closing, all I can say is Gabby's Restaurant, if you see this, I hope you can beat this and remain open. If anyone is in Puerto Vallarta and sees this, please update in the comments and let me know how things are going.
It's crazy that Americans are vacationing in Mexico and complaining about Mexicans for playing Mexican music on a Mexican beach in Mexico. Make it make sense.
I mean, it happens a lot in African countries, and I'm gonna tell you, it is so much in the African continent that is not even talked about, because we can't access our beaches, we can't access water. Like literally you have to pay, and like of course investors come in and they take over like everything, and it's not even them that take over, it's like people that are in power that let them do this, because at the end of the day, if you have money you can access things. So these people come with their money, of course their money is bigger than ours, and they are able to purchase places that they make high end, that it's only people with money that can come in and access those places. So we as Africans, we are left out. So now in Mexico, it's the same thing that is happening. I saw it's the same thing happening in Jamaica.
Did you guys know that less than 1% of Jamaica's population has access to their beaches in Jamaica? Actually, the number is 0.6% of Jamaica's population, to be exact. And why? Because of colonization. Foreign companies have bought out all the beachfront properties in Jamaica, limiting and preventing access of local indigenous Jamaicans from accessing their beaches, their own beaches. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, the hotels and resorts that are getting built is probably creating jobs, and it's creating, tourism, which is creating economic wealth for the country. Actually, 80% of the wealth created from tourism in not just Jamaica, but all of the Caribbean is moved to Western and foreign countries. I guess this is so triggering for me because oftentimes I hear people who will go to countries like Jamaica and go, oh, there were too many people selling me things on the beaches, and it was just so annoying. Actually, a lot of those people who are selling you souvenirs and trinkets on the beaches used to be fishermen. They used to be independent. But because of hotels and resorts buying up the beachfront properties, they have to resort to selling you rides on jet skis and selling you souvenirs. When we're talking about Jamaica specifically, it's not just beachfront properties that are being purchased by foreign countries and foreign companies. It's also the fact that Jamaica is the world's leading exporter of bauxite, which is the ore of which aluminum comes from. And foreign companies have been mining Jamaica's land for bauxite, and it has taken a toll on the land and its people. And now that it's depleted the land, they're looking to move to more ecologically friendly areas of Jamaica's island. A country that is dependent on tourism for economic stability is a country that is still enslaved, and Jamaica is one of many countries. I mean, this is happening to Puerto Rico, this is happening in the Philippines, it's happening in Thailand, it's happening in Bali. The global south is for purchase. If you are unable to draw the connection between what is happening in Jamaica to what is happening in Palestine to what is happening in Congo and Sudan, you are asleep at the wheel. Because we are in the middle of a global crisis, and this global crisis is now going to end up at our borders because people cannot survive this. This is unsustainable. It is actually very emotional to watch these videos of people in Jamaica who are the stewards of the land. They're not looking to be these rich capitalists. They're looking to just be in harmony with the land, to take care of the land, to enjoy the land. They're not looking to build resorts and hotels. They're just looking to survive. And these are the people, the stewards of the land, that are being displaced. And that's happening everywhere across the global south. And I am constantly wondering what happens when the stewards of the land are gone. What happens to this planet?
Western people come into like our countries, and I'm not saying that they should not even come in, but the fact that they have to come and not even let us be who we are and express our culture in our lands is insane. Like, that's why people come out and we are always like, you guys come to places and you want to just be about your culture, about yourself, like don't even care about the people's cultures. That's why people are pissed.
There's a toy from Mexico. Mexico, people. That's a lie. Si no la subimos a las redes sociales para ver cómo. Muéstrenos los papeles donde lo compraste. ¿Habla español? Sí, habla español también. Sí, tienes que leer tus escrituras, amiga. Te invitamos, señores de TikTok, a venir a ver a esa mujer.
Some of you might remember, I made a video about private beaches in Mexico and how not to be fooled. you cannot own a private beach. The governor has ordered to bulldoze any barriers from the beach, whether they be rocks, posts, or walls. They're all being bulldozed. You cannot own the beach, okay? I don't care who tells you. It's federal property. Nobody can sell you a part of the beach. There are no private beaches in Mexico. So in Baja, they're being bulldozed. So don't get fooled, okay?
So Mexico is kicking away, foreigners, especially from the US, that come in, purchase places, because in Mexico, all beaches are public. You can't just, purchase next to the beach and you're like, oh, no one is allowed here. Like, everybody's allowed to access the beach. And it's just insane that these people feel like when they go to places, they have to feel entitled about them. Like, it's really insane. Recently, also, I saw that, I'm not even sure about it, but I saw that the president of the Mexican Republic was like, if we are being kicked away from the US, I think it's high time for us to also be asking visas from American citizens when they come into Mexico, because there's no way you guys are kicking my people out. You don't want my people to be in that place of yours. Like, you feel like, people are invading your environment, but you're free to come into my country. So I might as well just do the same thing, present and, show us documents, ask for the visa, pay us some money so that you can come and tour our lands. Because, it's the same energy we are giving back. You give us, that energy, we give it back. And I love that. I hope it could be like the same energy that, African countries could give out, because I feel like we are taken advantage of, because when it comes to us as well to, access our beaches, access places, there's so many like wrangles where you come on the internet and African people are discriminated in their own restaurants, hotels. Okay, they are built by these people, but like, why build something that you're not going to let like locals come and access? Like, that does not make sense. So this energy needs to be like really pushed out there, so them people can, know that they are not the center of attention when it comes to anything. Yes, when we come to their places, we might and we will abide by their laws. But when they come into our places, when they come into Mexico, when they come into Africa, when they come into Asian countries, let them also abide by the laws. Not like the law should bend to their, to their ways just because of the currency that they carry. I think it's not fair. And sometimes I don't even blame them. Like I said, it is our people that let this happen. Something that is coming to real estate. It seems like now to even get a house, you have to pay like in dollars, which I'm like, we are Africans. Why do we have to like pay in these people's money? I know you're looking for that market, but why are you starving your people? Why are you making your people suffer? Like, they are not even giving us the same grace when it comes to them in their countries. Why do we have to, treat them like they are the kings and princesses and queens of the world? Like, does that not make sense? And until we realize that we as a people, like Mexico is doing it, like, you either live or abide by the laws. It should be the same thing in Africa. Until we do that, we are still going to be under these people and they're going to always feel like we are under them, which does not make sense, because we are all human beings. And yeah, I might say yes, history happened and we should like remember about our history, but like, if these things come on happening and they want us to forget, that's when the hate even grows even more, because it's unacceptable. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. I just love this energy from this, president of Mexico. Like, she's doing it big. I love her. I really, really do. Like, this is the energy we need to have so that anyone or everybody should respect each other. Like, that's the energy. Guys, that is it for me in the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm here. Yeah, it's safe though. Don't get scared, guys. Come to Africa. Yeah, that is it for me in the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm always posting. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.